Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Give me just a minute. Okay, I'm back. We're on YouTube. It takes about 30 seconds to get the YouTube launched, and I have to leave the window for that open until it launches.
I missed that as you were coming back. I ran away really quick.
Okay. It takes a while for the YouTube window to launch. And
Gotcha.
while in the process of launching, I have to leave it open, but then I have to go back and close it, or else we get an echo 30 seconds or 10 to 30 seconds later where the YouTube is being broadcast on here too.
I'm embarrassed to say that it took me like 2 court settings during COVID to figure that out because I was having this horrible feedback, didn't know what it was, and we had the same problem.
We had the same issue. I had the same issue once or twice. A couple of times it took, I don't know, several minutes, maybe a couple of minutes to launch. By that time, I was off to doing something else, and I had to go back.
Your wife is going to have to start cooking for us based on her great meals that she's posting on the internet. I've already made a joke that she should cook for a Christmas party.
Oh, I have to ask her about that. All right, so I think I have downloaded everything. Yes, so let me go back and look.
Is your case done?
Yes, they re-indicted him and then decided to dismiss the new indictment and proceed on the old one on a manslaughter. I didn't read, it was a stack that thick. I didn't read anything like all of it. I think that there was a lot of circumstantial evidence of murder, but they agreed to him entering a plea on manslaughter with an affirmative finding him deadly weapon in 7 years. So I set it for sentencing because they're supposed to come back in January.
Huh.
All right, I'm looking here. A computer updated yesterday, and now my Adobe Acrobat is running awkwardly.
Mine, I started Zoom yesterday in Wilson County and I had to restart my computer because the camera wouldn't turn on because it ran a Windows update. I said, can we restart it again? Yesterday was the first day on the circuit in a while that it was slow, and it was very nice. We had a very pleasant day in Wilson because it was not crazy.
Good. I had stopped by right around 9 o'clock and to grab something from my office, and the parking lot, pardon me, did not look too bad.
It was, well, with the arraignments, some of the people had filed waivers, and then we had quite a few civil things, but some of them that I know are going to take a long time and they don't have any agreements on, I just set them at 1 o'clock and I tell them, come after the docket is crazy. And that way we get all the easy pro se things done, all the divorces that are just prove ups done, and then some criminal things. And so that's been working out nice because I just say, oh, I know you need an hour, come at 1.
It's especially easy when they have local attorneys. I mean, if they can go back to their office.
Or even if they're like, if I set them ahead of time, then the San Antonio people can go to Bexar County first, get their stuff done, and then.
Oh, sure.
I didn't either. Well, somebody, did you?
They told me to stop. I'm not gonna eat it. So they had already eaten, so I'm fine.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, I see you in your game day gear.
Yeah.
It's homecoming. Good
Oh,
morning.
right.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
So. A little bit down. Yeah, and then a little bit back.
Good morning, Judge.
You can do it.
Morning, okay, so we have, all right, is everybody ready to go? Nope, the judge took off.
Yeah. Today's the 15th.
Sonia, back from your conference. How was your conference, Sonia?
It was good. It was very interesting. We went over a lot of the House bills that changed stuff. But yeah, it was good. There was a lot of people.
Are the fees changing a whole bunch? I didn't see any major changes, but you will know more than me.
Yeah, there was a few, but not big major, just like the ones that were $15, some of the motions are going from 15 to 80 now. So, yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. Judge, what, can I ask you a quick question on a probate? We have a probate that we're going to transfer to district court.
Okay,
Do you all assign a probate judge to that, or will one of you be doing it?
One of us,
I always go and look at the rules. Sometimes they're eligible for a probate judge, sometimes not.
Okay,
It would also depend on, I would think, I don't know, Jennifer, what is the dispute over? Is it just a matter of the attorneys just want to have it removed to district court because there's not a county court at law, or is there some real big probate issue that's involved?
Let's take a look over, Judge. And it's a contested matter, they're contesting the validity of the will, the mental status of the decedent. And they're asking for a statutory probate judge to come in, and they're also going to be requesting a jury trial. They filed a jury demand as well. It's a sizable estate, so I had nothing to do with it. I was just,
Okay.
I'm not representing anyone there.
so that'll go to Judge Harrell. And I mean, I don't mind hearing it if he wants to assign it to us, but he's probably, I mean, he may assign Polly Jackson Spencer or Sandy Marion. They've been doing a lot of those probate assignments.
Yes.
so do you judges appoint somebody, or do?
Because it's still sitting in county, and so she's asking, okay, what they submitted, did they submit an order with it?
So there's an order that'll just say that they should have filed a motion to request a probate judge.
They
So-
found a motion, they should have done an order, did they file an order?
Did they file it?
Okay, so the judge, then the county judge can go ahead and sign off on that order, and then does it get filed? Does the court coordinator, y'all's court coordinator have to be informed, or what's the next step is what they're asking?
It goes to a lady named Leslie Bosniak. And so why don't I just send Sonia the email address?
Yes, that's what she needed, okay.
That sounds
But,
good.
and yes, and that's where they're asking for a statutory probate judge.
Yes.
Yeah, the regional administrative judge, Sid Harrell.
And
Okay.
Sonia, I'll send you her email right now.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, so I will call the meeting to order. We have all of the judges here. Just a reminder that we're broadcasting live on YouTube. And item number 1, review and take action on the minutes from August 10th. Have people had a chance to look at those?
I have reviewed. I make a motion to approve the minutes.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, that's passed unanimously. And give me just a moment. I'm not sure what's going on. Every time I click, I have several documents open in Adobe Acrobat, and it takes about 10 or 15 seconds to shift between one document and the next. So I may not be able to get anything signed until the meeting is over. All right, number 2, review and take action on the contract between LaSalle County and Shoreline for long-time residential services. The Shoreline contract, have we had a contract with them before?
All the contracts that we have on the put on paper are the exact same contracts that we currently have. I'm just continuing to build off of what the juvenile probation department currently had.
Okay, and is that the same with them with Pegasus, Spy Creek, and Southwest?
Spy Creek, no, Southwest Key, I don't have a contract with them. They're new, and so they didn't submit their contract on time. I just wanted to discuss to make sure you guys were okay with what they had to offer as well. But Pegasus, yes.
Okay, and Spy Creek as well?
Spy Creek is a local psychologist that has come in front of the county judge and has offered her services for juvenile psychological evaluations. And so you guys had approved Dr. Rollins at the last meeting, and we figured we'd have a plan B if Dr. Rollins was not available. We have Spy Creek services available to us if we couldn't get a hold of Dr. Rollins.
All right, so let me back up then. So we've got items 2 and 3. Those are both just returning contracts to
Correct.
house.
Pegasus just does sex offenders, is that right?
I think.
Correct.
All right, so would there be a motion to approve items 2 and 3 since they're simply renewals of previous contracts, Shoreline and Pegasus both?
So moved.
All in favor, aye. Aye, it's unanimous. All right, number 4, Spy Creek Psychological Services, and the more providers we have available, the better, I would think. Has y'all had any experience? It sounds like this is a person who's new, that the juvenile hasn't had any experience with them, or?
We have with them. She had a contract with the school district. And so she reached out to the county and asked if provide a contract with her as well. And so that's why I put her on the agenda, but I have not had any experiences with her.
So I noticed you went with $300 an hour. Is that the same rate she charges the school?
I did not inquire to see what she was charging the school.
In our, I think it's a great. I agree that it's great to have more providers. Do we have in our, I need to look at the budget really quick. Do we have money in there if we want to use them? We have enough funds that we can appropriate some funds should they be needed.
We put $6,000 in psychological. I don't know if there needs to be some more money we did there. In the past, we hadn't used that much money. So I was able to put $6,000 in for psychologicals.
Judge, with your knowledge of the school, do you think they're happy with this person?
This is the first year they use her. She's brand new. She just received her doctorates.
I guess I would say let's approve her, but
Yeah.
you keep her as a backup and maybe try her with one person and see, and make sure that, you know, she didn't get with one juvenile and then sends us a bill for 22 hours.
I think, just in case you can't get something done.
And Judge, I'm sorry, I can't understand.
I think on board, just as a backup, just in case.
Okay. All right then. So is there, I'll make that motion to approve her. Judge Dillingham seconded it. All in favor, aye. Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. And I'm sorry, it's every time I shift between documents, it's 10 seconds or more. Okay, Southwest Key Programs.
The Southwest Keys, the chief conference, she offers services out of Webb County. There's multiple services that they offer, where it's the trauma services, community, commitment services, educational services. So we had a Zoom, early this week with her. And so she's asking, what is the need in LaSalle County to really become service the need in LaSalle County? And so I told her, my issue is budget, you know, I'm working with the budget here. So you need to tell me what you have to offer, what your prices are, and then I'm able to talk to the board about what it is she's gonna offer us, what the need is and how much it's gonna cost. And so she was in the works of putting all that together. She didn't get it to me. I told her I needed it by Friday. She didn't get it to me, so we have the next item, we have South Texas Rural Health, which I'm assuming is about the same, they're the same services, but I had a conversation with them first, put them on the agenda, it seemed really, really good. And then South Texas Rural Health came in and was offering about the same services. So I mean, we can move this. Yeah, we can table this to another date, another juvenile board meeting, once I get more information on her and her programs. And I'm able to give you a price on what she's charging for her programs.
Okay,
Do you want a motion to table?
is that on just on number 5?
Correct.
Just don't buy.
That's on fire. I'll second that.
All in favor, aye, aye, unanimous.
Aye.
All right, number 6, South Texas Rural Health contract.
So South Texas Rural Health, we had a meeting on Monday with the CEO of South Texas Rural Health, Ms. Garcia. She's bringing in some adolescent programs, some group sessions, some parenting classes. She has mild to moderate substance abuse programs, counseling. She has LCDs, LPCs, mental health counseling that she's offering at no cost to our juveniles. And so I'm able not to have to use Liberty Resources and refer out to South Texas Rural Health. And she extends her services to the schools, to the juveniles. So she's all around community program involvement with LaSalle County. And I guess other other counties she services, but she proposed LaSalle County at no cost to us.
That's awesome.
Okay, and are they gonna be, are they grant funded? Are they gonna be billing some third party for services they provide to the?
They're grant funded. She stated she got a $500,000 grant this year. And she wants to make sure that she utilizes that grant. It's a 1-year grant. And she's reaching out to us to see if we could utilize it to the capacity of the money that she received.
Okay,
So at least for this year, we've got a good gig.
It's for this year. And if it continues, she said it will be ongoing. It's just, this is for this year to see how it's gonna work out for them.
all right. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Right, all in favor, aye, aye,
Aye.
unanimous. All right, we have to reapprove every year the juvenile processing offices. So we only have the 3, the JPO, Juvenile Probation Office, the courthouse, the sheriff's department. I think we're gonna have to where it says sheriff's department and police department, I think it has to have an actual room. Because it has.
Office on,
But an actual designated room in the office, so like when you're putting shared office, do you mean over there like at dispatch, or do you mean here at the courthouse?
at the courthouse.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick a room though, like at the sheriff's office in Carnes, they say it's the designated training room 105.
When they have the deputy.
No.
I mean, it would say, looks out for the sheriff's office, courthouse, 2nd floor. It's It's because you walk into their office and it's divided, so it could be the deputy's room. It's a deputy's room.
It doesn't matter which, it's just gotta be a place where there aren't.
That's
adult
designated for that.
defendants Or prisoners.
Does it have
Yeah.
a number on it? I know there's a plaque outside of it, like, does that have a number on it, or does it just have a?
Whatever the suite number is. I just don't mind 104. I don't know.
We're gonna check real quick, see what suite number it is.
Okay, and do we need two places in the courthouse?
There, I just took the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office and for the room there, because by the time I get here, they're in the hallway. And so
Okay.
I don't, for their safety, we would like them to be in the sheriff's office room until I get here and I can bring them down to my room.
Okay, that's fine. And the same thing with Ensenada, we just need, whether it's the squad room, training room, the lobby, we need a place. And do we have anywhere at any of the high schools or junior highs?
We don't have any in the high school and junior highs, the SRO have an office. I just don't know what the office number is at 3 campuses.
But they each have an office, so
Right.
could we designate it as the SRO office?
We can designate the Tula High School SRO office, middle school SRO office, and Reedsburg's Elementary SRO office.
Okay,
So normally, and I think if we do this, y'all will type it up all on one piece of paper with a notice, and then the three of us sign it, and then you'll also just hang that piece of paper near the door.
right, at all the locations, so.
Next suite number for the sheriff's office.
I use the suite number, so I don't forget the sheriff's office.
There is suite number, so each office has a suite number. We came back in, that was the big one. Yeah. But that was.
I'll type it up when it's a sign.
Suite number at 119. It's not the.
And let me see if I can find a previous one.
Yes. I suppose so that would be this is.
So they're changing.
And then the only difference was it. He didn't sign, we signed because it was right there.
Okay.
I don't think we did not
Okay.
discuss it. And then I don't think we ever had an option.
No.
I'm not finding a previous one.
I haven't seen a previous one, in a while. I need to go look at the minutes from a couple years ago. But I have not seen an update on one for a long time. And as I was reading, it said you need to update that every year, so
Yes.
that's why I added it to the agenda.
All right. Let me look here. And again, I can't open anything up. Here it comes. Let me see if I can post this in chat. Okay, I just posted in chat copy of what we have from Karnes and Wilson County from 2022. And it just shows a list, what the name of it is, and the street address.
I don't see anything in the chat. Did you just drop it?
No.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, that was me. Okay.
When you hit on the chip. And it'll pop it up.
All right.
They're letting you.
Do you want to replace it? No.
No.
Probably need some more detail on some of these. But.
So
And just the main issue is probably at the jail or at the sheriff's department if it's
Yeah, that's
located with the jail, because you have adult prisoners there
Press
and
it to open it.
have to be kept separate by sight and sound from adult prisoners. So you see at the sheriff's department in Wilson County, we have a lot more detail where it says the patrol sergeant's office, the investigator's office, the squad room.
I need a mouse pad. This, I use a mouse pad on my. I'm too old school about it. It's not letting you open it.
And are y'all using a laptop there?
Yes, there it is. There we
Do
got
you
it.
have an external microphone for it?
We don't.
I don't
would
even have a
ask it
laptop.
What's that?
I don't even have a laptop in our department. We're using Judge's laptop.
Okay. I've been meaning to buy an external one for mine just because I use it for court sometimes. But if we could get a little external microphone, it's hard when you have multiple people. And I know that from doing court where I have the attorneys clustered around my laptop sometimes. It's made not to pick up sound
Everything.
feet away. So your sound is breaking up.
I can draw one up just like that for you guys on the approved pictures, which would be the 3 schools, SRO's offices, addresses, the South County Sheriff's Office here at the courthouse with the address with the suite number, and my office with the suite number, and the Ensenada Police Department with the suite number as well, with an address.
Okay. All right, so I'll make a motion to approve that list of designated offices with. Second, okay, Judge Hughes, all in favor, aye, aye, unanimous, and we try and get back to the agenda. Okay. This is the contracts with Atascosa County for the substance abuse.
It's their program that they have. It's just not the detention, but it's their actual placement program that they're doing, right?
Right.
They sent me the contract, so that's their long-term residential service contract, and that's the one they sent me.
That's a new one because we had
This is a new one because we've never had this one before.
I know we've approved it for the other counties, but. Judge Martinez, did you have questions about this or contract?
Sure. I'm good.
I moved
Is that
to,
a Chicago Bears C on your shirt?
Tuna C,
So, okay,
the tuna
I'm
C.
sorry, I'm not thinking.
Cowboys.
Obviously. Not enough coffee this morning.
are you going to be at the home? It's Catula homecoming, right? They should get you to do the emceeing for the event. I hope.
Nah, I'm good.
All right, so was there a motion to approve the contract with Atascosa County?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous. All right, the Webb County contract.
That one I've already.
Pull this up.
I did present this to Ms. Martinez. She did look over it and so did Judge Martinez.
And this is just about if Atascosa's, your Atascosa is still going to be your priority because you can try to get the free bed.
Correct.
I'm here for the coupon.
Me too.
And is this for just detention and not for treatment?
Just detention, yes.
Okay. And what rate are they giving us?
200, same thing as Atascosa.
Okay.
I moved
I
to,
spoke to them last week and they were, I guess, changing their contracts. They were still at 100, changing their contracts. So I have a meeting with them next week. To try to negotiate, see if they can give us that free bed as well. So we have those two options of free beds for the 10 days.
All right. So, was there a motion to approve from Judge Dillingham?
yes, and I want to add to my motion that it be your secondary, like your backup. So just that it be your secondary choice for
Yes,
placement.
ma'am.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor, aye? Aye.
Aye.
Ms. Valenzuela, let me ask, several of these documents that were sent, when I pull them up, page number 12 is the first page, page number 11 is the second page.
Descending order instead of ascending, so it's like you get the first page, the last page first, and then.
So it's my scanner. It's a little $50 scanner. I need to get a.
Okay, all right, I guess my question is, do you want- I can fix that, but if you needed it that way, I didn't want to fix that, and then you have to go back and unfix it. Okay, so I'll
It's a
fix that before I
scanner.
sign.
It's not for my phone.
So we need Cassie to go to a scanner school.
All right, so let me try to get back. I say I can fix that. I can't even hardly shift between documents right now.
I will say I went to sign something just now out of my Adobe. It must be the cloud because mine is that fancier Adobe and it must have done something because mine's very slow this morning too.
I don't put anything on the cloud, so I can avoid. All right, budget. All right. LaSalle County budget proposal. You want to address that?
Yes.
Anyone?
State aid is what I'm on the county.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize anyone was talking. All I heard was county and everything before that didn't make it to me.
So we're requesting the 117,000?
No, the 117,000 is what the state has allocated for us.
Okay.
And that's what was applied for last year, so that's what was allocated, for awarded for LaSalle County, the 117,17. That's on one sheet. It'll show you my grant revenue for basic supervision. I want to use that for salary and fringe benefits. I have a line item for community programs, also use that for salary and fringe benefits. And then the grant revenue for commitment diversion, which I would be at 100% usage on my state aid on salary and fringe. And then we move over to county, and I put everything in line items for you guys, where my salary, my fringe, then I have the mental health hospitalization, I have office supplies, travel and training, residential placement, detention. We have to have an outside auditor. So I went up a little bit from last year on the outside auditor, $800. Electronic monitoring, I went up on psychologicals. I included community events. I spoke to Judge yesterday and we might want to move a little bit more money in community events, meaning like my school programs, our national night out, law enforcement involvement with the juveniles to be involved. Drug testing, I have it at $1,000, but Ms. Garcia at South Texas Rural Health mentioned that they could do the drug testing as well. So we can bring that down to $500 or $250, just to have some kind of money in there to have at least some plan B drug testing. If I have to do a drug testing without having to do the South Texas Rural Health drug testing, technology services, telephone, miscellaneous. I didn't put anything on medical, Judge Wilson. I don't know what medical, I don't know what we would pay out of medical. So I zeroed it out because I don't know how I would use medical. When we ED, the sheriff's office does it, and I know Laurel Ridge doesn't allow you to even have be charged with an offense to be even admitted to Laurel Ridge. So we have to stay on a pending status. So we don't pay Laurel Ridge anything.
Okay.
But I don't know what medical, I don't know what I would put money in medical for. So I'm asking for $192,000, $192,585 from the county.
So Judge, talk to us about what the commissioners in their budget workshop are thinking.
Well,
what
I
you-
have, my final workshop will probably be next week. And they're gonna question me a lot on it. So I think if we move, I think I have a better chance getting it past about 125,000 than the 192. That's still a little bit more than last year, just because it's our first year coming in.
Just don't know where we would take out all of that, take out $50,000 though. Because most of it's benefits and salary, right? What's your base salary? Did y'all do a salary survey like Frio did or Carnes?
No, we didn't do a salary survey. We don't, you didn't do
No,
a
they
salary.
haven't.
We haven't. I'm at 65-35 here on the salaries, 65%, the percentage here on salaries would be 65% for the JPO, 35% for our data coordinator. That's what my salary's at on the county fund.
Yeah, because the JPO, like the data coordinator, you have at 37,440 and the JPO at 41,280.
Right.
And yours is 87,199. And I
Right.
assume the treasurer calculated this fringe.
Correct. The auditor or the fiscal service officer said 20% of the salary and health insurance was 8,999. So we added 20% of salary and plus the 89.99 for health insurance.
Okay, what did we spend in detentions last year? Did we spend all of the 20 that was in there?
I think I have I asked for an expenditure sheet from the county treasurer's office, but I haven't received one. But the last I checked last month, we had almost, I want to say about $15,000 left. And so we put in 20,000.
And you're asking for 32. So what if we cut that to, I mean, if we cut that back to just 20, then that's 12,000 we can take out of it.
Or take maybe 5,000 out of residential placement and like you recommended out of detention as well. We can take out of those two.
If we take 12,585, and at a residential placement, if we took out maybe 7,500, let's see, because 14, let's see, 14,230, and we want to make it 7,500, let's see. So take out 6730 out of that number. That's $19,315 right there, which makes that makes the total budget 173,270. And then
Yeah, that's kind of what, fiscal service officer has it about a 174.
74 dollars.
Okay, and I'm
Okay.
sorry, that was taking the detention from 32,545 down to what?
20,000, so taking out 12,585.
Okay,
And then in residential placement, make that 7,500, which takes out 6730. Do you have any training money left in your budget for this year?
No, I don't.
Because you're gonna, if you get a new JPO, they're gonna have to be certified, so there's not a lot of money we can cut out of that because they're gonna have to leave to go get certified, right?
Correct. And our data coordinator, has to go get training and she needs to get certified as well. I can limit, on training, the new JPO will be able to go to that one major training to get state certified. She can do her other trainings, he or she can do their other trainings off the TJJD website on the webinars. We don't have to send off, I mean, she can do them in-house. We can bring this down to 4,500.
And Judge, these salaries, are these salaries in line with what you want?
Pretty much. What was the?
Because I do think there's probably some extra money in that fringe. It's not much. I'm not able to calculate that. That's gonna be the treasurer.
What's this calculating?
The 1850 and 1850.
Okay, yeah. That's 1692. 1692 and JPO is gonna be it.
And that's all coming out of state funds. So I mean, I feel like we've done a good job of using those funds, 100%. What if we get it to 170? If we have it at 173 right now, Judge, do you think you can sell 173?
I can be good at 174 and $8. I know I'll have no problem doing the 174, but that's gonna put the chief at about 66, 304. JPO's at 39,852.80.
No, because we adjusted these line items.
Yeah.
So we adjusted here.
Yeah.
This is the take from there.
No, yeah. So
So
100% here, so you don't have to worry about me here. All we're worried about here is JPO data coordinator and our programs that we're gonna be running. So we can do 174 and still look like this with the adjustment of these two. And we'll still be good at the 174.
Yeah, I think-
008. Yes,
think
sir. Yes, ma'am.
I think it gets you to if we take out 12,585 and 6730, that's 19,315, which gets you to 173,270.
Correct, and he, okay, because he's saying he can sell 174,008, he can sell that, and you're just asking for 173,270, so you're asking for under. But he's saying that's gonna move my salary, but I'm telling him it's not gonna move my salary because I'm 100% on the state aid. I'm not touching county as far as my salary. So all this is gonna do is make the adjustment on residential placement and detention, and it'll keep everybody where I think would.
I mean, do you
everything's
want
supposed to
to
work.
make those salaries round numbers, Judge? Like make the data coordinator?
Depending on the step it falls on, you know, the 39,852 for the JPO, I can probably gonna be at 41, maybe 40, depending on the steps.
Because what do you make now, see, in your old job?
57, right there, was it 57? Did it go down? I think 57. So right now, what he's looking at is
That's
the,
my proposed budget that was turned in.
right, fiscal office service or fiscal officer put the vacant JPO position at $19.16. And he's saying that we would be paying that JPO $39,000, $39,852.80. And the data coordinator, she was part-time, so she was making $18.50. So he brought her down to $16.92 and would be putting her at $35,193. And so I'm asking that we put her at the $37,000 and put the JPO at the $41,000. I don't know.
My commissioners are.
So I just don't know. I put a few $1,000s in there on salary for them. 37, 35, 39, 41 at a degree rate on a juvenile probation officer, state certified. I'm not sure who would come in at $39,000. And as far as my data coordinator, she's data coordinator, secretary, reports to the state. So I wouldn't want to lose her after all the training for $2,000. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. She's like a deputy clerk. She's not just to answer the phone file. You know, she does all reports to the state, keeps track of, you know, our expenditures, make sure that I do my reporting. And so the $2,000 that I put in there based on the proposal that the fiscal office servicer gave me was, okay, well, maybe if I kept her at the $18.50 instead of the $16, gave her the 37 instead of bringing her down to 35, and then my JPO have some wiggle room in there just to show a $40,000 salary. Or I can offer the 39, but if she tells me, well, I'll come and I'll stay for 40, I at least have that wiggle room to be able to say, okay, I can offer 40,000 or 40,050 or something. I don't have to offer it in the 30s, is why I proposed it the way I proposed it. And this document that Mr. Flores proposed to us is telling us, okay, this is what it can look like. Let's just see what a judge wants to do and how a judge sees it. But my salary is, I think they did, it was a 50% county fund, 50% state fund on here. And so I maximized my salary on state aid, so I wasn't put into the county funds. So that's why it looks different on my end, and this is what he's proposing. So when judge goes to propose this to the commissioners, I don't know if they want to see the other employees in the 30s, if that's what they're looking at.
I'm gonna have a hard time selling it just because it's our first year coming in on our own. And I just know these commissioners, they're gonna penny pinch. I had a hard time convincing them to break away, so I know they're gonna hold me to it.
But I'm gathering that the 173 is not a problem. And what I'm hearing is that the salaries are a problem.
Salaries are gonna be, there's what we're gonna.
So they don't care to give us the 173, they're caring to not approve salaries, is what I'm gathering.
Yes.
So we're okay the way Judge Wilson or Judge Dillingham, you divided it and you brought it down, and we minused on the residential placement and detention. We didn't touch salaries or fringe. But when the commissioners see this document, they're gonna have a problem with salaries.
They're gonna want salaries.
Except, and I think, and in their defense, and they're not here, I think they're looking at the steps and
Yes.
the grade in the steps is always tripped up.
Yes.
Even though we went with the intention that this would clear it up, but
So the average clerk in the courthouse makes $16. No, $12?
it depends.
I don't know, then
They started like at 14.
$14, okay, no,
They started 1692.
okay, so the average clerk makes the $16. So I don't know, if my office, the data coordinator would be a deputy clerk, basically.
Because you start with the grade in the step, but if they have more responsibilities like she would, then you jump.
Then you step up on it.
Yes.
Okay,
that's
so
how-
what, okay, so Judge, the base step is 35,193. What's one step above that?
On the where?
Just like if let's
So what
say,
are your steps?
yeah, so the
Yeah.
first step is 35,193 for a deputy clerk. Let's say you're the chief deputy clerk. What's your next step? In just like, if you're in Sonia's office, what does Art make in step 2?
Oh. Well,
Or maybe just-
I've been here for years, so.
Okay, don't take
Art-
that example.
Yeah,
But she's step 1.
What's a step 2 person make?
No, she's not. Because it's not necessarily, we can't necessarily put all the clerks at the same level. We also look at the responsibilities and that gives us there's the grade and the step. And then with the step is where you have wiggle room based on, like in Nadia's case, or her clerk, the JPO's clerk, if she's doing other things, then you can move up with the steps.
what the steps, yes.
So whereas someone in my office might come in, and my clerk might come in at 18, I think, or something. You know, it just varies depending on, and that's how we justify it with the commissioners. Wait, they're this grade, however, they're step 4, not step 1, because they have these added duties and responsibilities or capabilities that they already come in with.
So what would a range in the second one be? Like assuming step 1, but more responsibility, which gets him into step 2, is that a range from 36 to 40, or is there a chart?
Yes, he's gonna go get the chart.
Her duties are basically, I don't have an assistant chief, so she's like an she's an administrative assistant / data coordinator. And when they first hired her, they hired her as under Mona, which Mona was the assistant to the assistant chief, / data coordinator. Now Nadia is having to carry those duties as an administrative assistant / data coordinator. She's not just the girl who answers the phone anymore, is how we had first intentionally wanted to hire her, just to answer the
Yeah.
phone, because I couldn't be at the office.
And I think that's where it's getting a bit confused, because you can hire someone just to, just to be a secretary and they'd be that step. However, they'd be that grade in step, but based on what responsibilities they have, then you move them up in the step.
Right.
But district judge is asking, okay, well, what's the next one?
What's the
And
next
that's what
step?
he's gonna ask. Or what's the pay rate for the next step?
And then
And on my salary, I did the research on the chiefs, and most of the chiefs don't carry a caseload. And I will have a caseload. I will carry a caseload. 1, because it's just me right now, and 2, I'll have to train this person we're trying to hire for $39,000-$40,000 as a JPO, because nobody's gonna come in as an experienced JPO to a rural area at $39,000, not an experienced one. So I'll continue to carry my caseload as long as I have to carry one, and I don't mind carrying one.
So that Nadia's is predicted at. That's where the 1692, that's where the 3% already added, if the commissioners approve this at 3%. So right now she's at 1595, step 1.
So we hired her on a step 1
Yes,
status. That's how we hired her when we hired her. That was her job duty, was answer the phone and file.
I understand she was 18.
She is getting 18.
no,
Oh.
she, as a part-time,
Part-timer, she was getting 1850.
okay, yeah,
So she wasn't at the 1595, she was at the 1850 because she was a part-timer.
so I don't think she should go down if she's going full-time. So that makes it 38,480 if it's 1850 an hour times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks a year is 38,480. So if we give her the salary that's even proposed, she'll be making less an hour.
And I'm not sure how. Fiscal service officer came up with this 3750, but, or 37,440, but I said she's making 1850.
Yeah,
So she would be at 38 at the 1850.
yeah, 38,459.
59.
That's a step 6.
How many steps are there?
Oh, gosh, it goes
Oh,
on.
God. Me too.
Oh, okay. I was like thinking if there's only 7, then that's a problem. But if there's
No.
22, that's okay.
There's some county employees that have stepped off.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then the JPO. Okay, so what do we think about on the data coordinator? Do we think 1850, but make it full-time, Judge? What, Martinez, what do you think?
They ain't gonna do it. There's no way.
She was already at 1850. I'm confused.
Because she's not making right now.
But now she's full-time, so they're giving her 16, right? Is that what she's getting to now?
To give her 16.
That's what we get. So they're getting chased up 50, 35.
Now, will they understand that these salaries are coming out of state aid so that they're actually, that won't come out of tax dollars?
No, they don't, because these are coming out of a general fund. It's the way they proposed it.
Data coordinator JPO was a 65-35 salary.
That's right.
So
Do we have room to switch around where the funds come from?
So that way they don't look at salaries.
we do.
So that we can say they come from
We
state
can pull
funds?
some, we can pull some from state aid. Pull that $3,000 difference. If they want to see 35 on her, we can pull that $3,000 from state aid.
And then make it up over here.
And then make it up on the other side.
And that's where the 3%, and it's sounding like we're gonna have some issues passing that 3%.
But if the county commissioners want to see a 35 on that report, that's what they want to pay that, I can put the rest on state aid. If you guys are
The
paying.
county's not responsible for that, and she's getting it from
Just like
state.
a state aid.
Yeah, then you have to tell them what you're gonna move
Right,
from over there.
Right.
So then this is what I'm gathering, that they'd be okay with the 174, but not none of the salaries, but then if she can balance it out at the 174 and then just move around, okay, take out some of Nadia's, put it over here, then take out from detentions and put it up over here.
So I'll make the document from the county side, show the salaries you guys approve. And then we make it up on the state aid, and then I'll drop a document showing you what's exactly pulled out of the state aid. It's gonna go in reference to that.
So that they balance out.
So
So
balance.
I think, yeah, if they were to do that and approve those figures for the county right now, then you can have the wiggle rights, just as long as you're clear. That's what you're getting for state, that's what you're getting for county, and then move the numbers so that this reflects what the judge thinks the commissioners might be comfortable with.
I'll have ours look just like this, the way you want them to see it, and it'll show this. And then the couple $1,000s that I'm proposing to pay them, we'll pull it out of state aid, and you'll be able to see where it's coming out of the state aid. But the county commissioners will see that this is all we're paying in salaries.
So the JPO in my mind is like, where do you see that falling, Judge Martinez? Like, I do think that's a lot of work, because it's kind of like being, what does your base patrol deputy make? Because they're the people that are kind of fielding all those calls all night.
Yes.
What does the deputy make?
52.
So do you think we can just leave
Without a
that?
degree,
Without-
without a degree.
Can we leave the JPO at like 42 then?
Sure.
or no?
Yeah, I
Or,
have no problem, I have no problem at the 42.
and then just say, hey, that person is doing kind of like a faux law enforcement job. It's paying less than law enforcement, but it does require a degree and they are on call and they're alternating a shift.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, Cassie, do you want us to talk about you with you here or you
I
want to?
was in the 43,576 at the step 7, we can do that. That's at 43,567.
567, 43, 567. Okay,
All right.
Grade 17, step 7.
If you guys want to talk about it while I'm here, I don't mind sitting in here. And
okay.
if you be in here, if y'all don't want me in here, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me either.
It's on YouTube, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
We're
was
good.
Jenny, what was Jenny making between the two?
102.
And what were you making as not the chief?
52. I think, I think I want maybe 49.
Okay.
So what
Not
does,
exactly.
what does like an investigator at the sheriff's office make? And like tell me those salaries. I don't, because I just don't know. I don't have enough reference.
They have different ones based on.
The 67, 69,
Early, and I think Esme might be.
I think Esme,
Esme might be a little bit higher, but
67, 68.
And
Yeah,
what, and the chief deputy, what does he make?
he was 82. Something that, and around that area.
What step does 80, the like 82 to 87 fall on? Like if she's proposing 87, is that like off the chart? Is there a chart for that?
yeah, what grade did they put you at? Okay. Put a grade on.
The step 11. Grade 23. Right? Yeah, step 11, grade 23.
What's that?
What was it?
Well, depends.
I've never liked, for the record, I've never liked the grade in this.
Yes.
Because
I'm getting a lot of feedback. Are you getting that?
Off and on.
so 80, 81 would be step 8, grade 23. 80, then it jumps up to 84, would be step 9, grade 23. And then 86 is step 11, grade 23. Step 12 is 89,
It's a grade 18.
and the grade 18.
So Judge, tell us what you think, Judge.
It falls off the chart on the grade. 18. How are you categorized like by grade? Your duties? Is it grade
Yes.
duties?
Mhm.
It falls off the chart.
Yeah, they ain't gonna go, they ain't gonna bump up that grade up. I can tell you that.
So what is grade? Is that your duties? Or that's a county question?
Cause they came up with this, yeah,
I don't know who developed the charter.
yeah. They just kind of try to peg everybody
Yeah.
where they were at the time and said, okay, these are gonna be clerks, these are gonna be this, you know, but it never really made sense.
It's gotta be a better system.
Yeah, so Fairfield County, they put a system in where they do a grade and they're really what you're worth, yeah. Step 13.
Cause then they would take.
So they have 18, step 13. That's where they came up with $57,000. That's what they want to pay me.
When you were, but that's,
This is the proposal.
This is the proposed right now. The proposed from the fiscal service officer saying grade 18, step 13, 57,304 as a chief.
which no one would do as chief, but that they're saying that's the county share.
That's the county share. The county share will pay you $57,000.
That's the,
What do you make as county attorney?
With all
Yeah.
all the elected officials have a base salary of what is it, 102?
86.
Oh, 86, sorry, yes, and then I
Oh,
have
I
my
was
state.
about to move to Catula. I was like, wait, tell
Yeah,
me
I was
about
gonna say,
this.
wow.
Judge Wilson and I were moving.
No, it's 86, I was throwing in my county attorney supplement, that's what it was.
Okay.
It,
Base salary is 86.
yes, the base salary is 86, which I told my commissioners, and I've said it openly, it should not be the same for every elected official. However, the powers that be have dictated that. So thank goodness we have the county attorney supplement to supplement that. And then I get, was it what, 12,000? 12,000 to prosecute juveniles, to do those responsibilities, which I had asked for that to be brought up if we went apart.
Now, is that a state?
No.
supplement or-
No, that's the 12,000 is a county.
I don't see that listed anywhere in this budget.
It wasn't listed, and that's what we were going back and forth on, because it wouldn't be, the juvenile board they don't pay that, that's the county. However, I'd like to get the juvenile board's blessing, like, sure, go ahead. I know they blessed off on the 12,000 years ago. But this time I said, if they go separate, if we do, which we did, I said I would ask for the 24,000 as a supplement, because it has increased my workload, which I don't mind. But I'm one prosecutor.
And do you receive a state supplement?
The state supplement, yes, the county attorney supplement.
You should get like what, 23 plus 5 or plus.
Yeah,
something. I used to get 28, I think.
28, it's 28.
Okay, Judge, what do you think? What step do you think is reasonable? I'm kind of somewhere between 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Like,
Step.
yes, like I think you said something like step 8 is 81 grade, whatever.
But that's at a higher grade.
That's right, okay. So I'm looking at grade 18, step 16 at 6208 plus her, what is it? Her bi-weekly at 87. She'd be at the 71.
That's with state and county, or is that just county?
That's just county.
Oh, that's just county.
Even if, yeah,
Tell me the county, 71.
71,407.96.
and this is what's this?
So isn't 242? This is state aid, and this is county. Or this was county, this was state aid, I don't know how, what are we, 112?
So if we did 71,407.96 from local funds. Well, but I don't think we had that in our budget.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's not.
not calculated like that, because I don't have it like that in the budget.
No, she maxed out on the state one so that the county wouldn't feel the burden over there.
I didn't include myself exactly on the county one, so if whatever salary y'all decide on, it would be maximized 100% on state aid.
Okay, so
So
at
we
a
just-
state aid, we need to get, using the numbers you used. We had the difference between your JPO and we approved 43,567 and you had 41,280, which is 22,87. And the data coordinator, what did we finally settle on?
38,458.
38,458.
Which one was this?
Step 6, she said step 6.
So 1,018. So if we're using just the state aid, we need to lower your salary. For
What's
max.
the-
I'm not good. At grade 16.
Yeah, but no, she's in the weekend.
If we make you 83,
That's the-
82,000, then we still have $2,000 left in state aid. Knowing that we went up on the data coordinator and up on the JPO.
Right, so you
And
said
then
yeah
down.
to this
No, I'm,
on,
this
county.
this is still proposed.
right, on the county. On the county, he's asking, he doesn't want to put the data coordinator at 38,458.
All on the county.
All in the county, so I'm explaining, I'm taking those $3,000 and putting them in from state aid. So the county line item looks like 35. Whatever we proposed, 35,193. But he wants to put her at 35,193. Not give her the 38.
No, I just know my commissioners.
Yeah. Right, but they're not gonna see this.
No, they're gonna see it.
Well, they're gonna
Yeah.
see it. It's
Right,
transparent.
right, but it's not coming.
They're
out
not
of
gonna
their-
pull it out of the budget.
It's not coming out of their budget, right?
But they're gonna see it. They don't understand where it's coming from. At the end of the day,
They
they
don't,
don't care.
which is sad. but-
Come back to me the following.
Why are we paying them?
Yeah,
And why don't I get a state grant? Oops, you don't have responsibilities, but. I'm a.
I just-
Work.
I think we need, I mean, I'm a firm believer as well, I need to compensate for what the work that's done in there and. It's a workload in there.
and I'm all for it, but I just don't words. It's gonna be- I know like we could. If I'm at, like I told you yesterday, if you're gonna be at the 71, 75, we're good.
With nothing extra from state, you're saying?
Yeah, we'll state or whatever, county or whatever.
Doesn't matter where he gets it
Oh,
from, he
It
just,
doesn't matter.
Oh,
right?
they just wanna look at the bottom numbers. This is the final number. They don't care where it's coming from, but this person should not make more than this. Now, what if the district judges came in, and I'm just playing devil's advocate? See, this is why I don't get invited to these meetings. What if the district judges said, okay, well, the juvenile board feels that, an interim JPO should make this much and your data clerk should make this much. And if it was higher, do you think then they?
Follow.
Huh.
No, I'm just saying, religion, I don't care. But yeah, they're gonna come back and they need,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Well, I mean, I think it's the board's decision in the final analysis, but we always want to try and do
And I
business.
think-
We need to work with the commissioners court and
Right,
if we
right.
go in and
Yeah.
just piss them off over the budget, then we're gonna need something from them that. we may not get.
exactly. And then it's our first year. And they weren't, I had to make a sales pitch to get it on our own. And I just feel our first year, we need to be very conservative. And then we can move on from there going forward.
Okay, here's a unpopular but questionable idea. What if we paid her 75 because the court was going to go with that, but she gets some sort of comp time for all the bazillion hours she's on call? Like some sort of, I don't know, not, she's not on, she's an exempt employee, but is there any other type of fringe we could do?
She's 8,799 a year for
Insurance.
That's it.
also. This is bi-weekly.
So
This is travel and everything for in the county.
so that's from the state.
I don't care, because they're seeing it as extra pay. That's added.
Yeah, but like he has those two salaries together to divide to make it 60.
57
Plus
plus
67
this
was the 60.
was the 65.
The way the fiscal service officer proposed it was he divided it, he didn't maximize one. So he's explaining how it's divided. Then I'm getting the 87.99 from one entity and I'm getting the 57.304 from another. It's for travel, it says by.
That's what it is for travel.
Every paycheck we should get.
That's what we get, right?
Yeah. Should-
Yeah, it's nothing on ours. It's like 6,000. I think it's that for me, you and.
Oh, okay. So there, he was proposing to give her that too.
Yeah, that's,
Which adds like another, what, like 300, something like that.
yeah, it's 338 a month, a pay period.
Cause you could sell that better to the community.
Yeah.
So that puts you at what?
She's saying 75 and you're saying what? 71? With comp,
So 407, 96.
71,407 with the 87.99? Okay, so then the 71, 407.
62,608. Plus, and I think I'm proposing this to go up. I don't know if he added it in there. I think I added.
So give her a, she's saying 75.
I thought you had gone up on travel.
I did.
Yes, but George did it funny because I had,
Yeah.
he didn't put what I requested, but
What do you list?
no, for travel, I left it whatever it was.
Cool. Actually, I cut mine out. Because I want county view.
That makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm breaking the plan. The commissioners wanted to give me more travel.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I don't want it.
Some of those seat vehicles you get are pretty nice. If you could just get a new back seat for one of them.
No, but I'm also proposing for the juvenile and the county to have county vehicles.
Okay.
But then away my 87.99.
No,
So what you get that for?
that's in county.
Mhm.
The vehicles to when you travel to the county.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Although I use mine when we go to Dilly, when I go to Laredo, I don't do. I don't do.
Yeah, because yeah.
I still like, that's fine, that's me. But everybody handles it however.
So I'm comfortable that I know I can pass the grade 18, step 16 at 62,608 plus let's say the 9,000 on top of that. And would be the 72.
And Judge Dillingham, you're looking at grade 20, step 16. It would be grade 20, would be 75,795.
I just was kind of thinking of round numbers. I was trying to get them to like these pretty numbers, and that's just ridiculous. Maybe that's ridiculous, but I'm like, oh, I really like the idea that it's 43. Just because it's the first year, I'm like, oh, if it's 43.5, what a pretty number.
Right, it might be a better, more attractive to someone coming in.
The step 17, grade 20 is $37 an hour. If it was hourly, it'd be $37 an hour. And that's at 78,062. But that's grade 20, step 17. And he's wanting step 14. Well, no, you said what, step 16?
Step grade 18, step 16.
Grade 18, step 16.
And I'm still gonna have to sell this.
62.
I'm confident in your sales pitch for the YouTube and know that I think you're good at sales. I would buy it from you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be one-on-one.
So how do you justify the grades? What do you tell them on the grade? Like, how do they grade you? Why grade 18? Can you tell me why I'm a grade 18?
Your first time
Inexperienced.
in experience.
So that would be grade 18. And so the step comes with duties? Is that what
Okay,
it is?
so
That's
here's here's a question that I don't know the answer to, mostly because I didn't look, but what's your raise history? Like, if we set it this way, y'all give a cost of living adjustment every year, or you normally don't, and you just go into the wind. So if she starts at this, she's stuck here for a decade. What's so like if she
The past practice has been, last year they got a 6% cost of living increase,
Except elected official.
except elected officials. So all county employees got a 6% plus
Don't they do the cost
a stipend for cost of living or something. I don't know what they called it. $1,000 bonus. I call it a bonus.
bonus?
It's not a bonus, but I know we're not supposed to, it says it was a cost of living thing,
Recently, not elected officials.
not an official. So, yeah.
you haven't done
So
a
I'm,
job of
so I'm having a hard time. I'm gonna be the bad guy this year and I don't know if we're gonna have a cost of living of the 3% or it's one or the other.
Well, what's the consumer price? Well, we don't need to get into that. 3% would not be cost of living adjustment.
No.
Perhaps less than half.
It's like, I think Wilson County did 5%, Karnes did 3%, Atascosa's doing even numbers. They're not doing any raises. They're just rounding to even numbers. So if you make
Okay.
$2,200, you made 24, and if you made 23,999, you got $1 raise.
What's Karnes County basic clerk make?
They did a salary adjustment last year and they abandoned their old, they had paid in years ago for a salary survey and had a lady come in and assess it. They got rid of that last year. And so anybody that is a full-time employee in Karnes County, the base salary is $40,000. And so there's not a single person in Karnes anymore that makes less than 40. And then what they did is looked at adjustments for positions. So then they went in and they raised the deputies to 58, and then they moved the investigators up on that. And then if you supervise people, you get a supervisory salary, kind of like your step. And so they get $5,000 or whatever that is. And then they just made their own little chart.
Okay. So do we have anybody ready to propose a level or a vote for the interim the director's salary, I guess? Or chief probation officer salary?
At 62,608, I'll make a motion.
I thought we were talking about 71.4 versus 75, whatever Judge Dillingham had.
That's with 71, that's with the travel and everything is 71. But her base pay would be 62,608 plus the travel.
Okay, and Judge Dillingham, the number you were looking at was?
I said 5 because it was a round number. That's how I came. I had originally looked at that step 8, but then that was too far in the grades. And so I think that I can't see the chart, so I don't know. I've absconded from the chart.
All right, and just, I'm, again, Judge Martinez, you keep breaking up on the sound. We can see the picture perfectly. You're saying, this, the 75, is that the base salary without fringe that Judge Dillingham, or is that?
Well, I
with-
was just thinking all in, like with the travel, everything, like.
All in,
she
everything,
leaves- Yeah, she
75.
leaves with 75 all in.
All right, and Judge Martinez, your proposal is for 71,407 all in.
Grading step 17. We can go to 73,300.79, meet you in the middle, Judge,
Tell me the number 73.
300.79.
Okay, so then my question is, Cassie, you're not gonna quit, are you?
No.
No, she ain't going there.
Okay, well,
I'm
Judge,
talking-
tired to
I'm
the
talking
chair.
about this.
Plus French.
Plus French, that, it's.
73 is the base and then the
Plus
French.
French.
If
Oh,
you're
okay,
putting-
but that's what I'm trying to get a minute
That's
ago.
gonna be like
What's the all-in price for that? Because the all-in
It's gonna
price
be
for that is gonna be a lot more than the 75 that Judge Dillingham proposed.
Total.
Total.
But 71 plus the 89.99 plus the 20%. The fringe doesn't add up from the 71.
No, they ain't gonna go for it. They'll kill you.
Okay, so
So-
73,379 is including the, because y'all do something weird on health insurance, right? Because like you pay your own, you get your own money, and if you want health insurance, you get it, but you do your own thing. Is that right?
No, it's just automatically paid by the county. But, I mean, it should be like that, but everybody just goes with the county. So it gets paid automatically. It's not considered, I mean, it's a fringe, but it doesn't go into our pockets. It gets paid automatically, it's my
So the
understanding.
73,379 is cash in Kathy's pocket, and the county's still paying the health insurance. So, well,
Yeah.
really, it's the state
Yes.
aid.
So the fringe would be 23,659.15. That's what the fringe would be, 23,659.15. That's just fringe. That doesn't go in my pocket.
And that's
The 75.
retirement, that's FICA, that's,
Right.
Right, that's retirement, insurance, and everything included that the county offers.
Not that, was that including the travel?
This is the travel included already.
Right here.
Included the travel and this is.
63.
Yeah.
So the 73,330 is the base, including the travel. And the 23,659.15 is French. And that would fall under, he says, a grade 18, step 17.
So it's a $96,000 compensation package.
Total.
What step was it?
I'll have it as
17.
step 17,
Grade 18, step 17.
yes.
All right, so the proposal that we originally had in front of us was a total compensation package for the chief of $113,598.
So then once we take these in, you'll have to adjust your state aid. Which you can do, you can then just create create a line item out of that and put part of your detention costs or your programming out of whatever's left in state aid.
And I'll just adjust the numbers on there to balance it out.
And then that provides Judge Martinez's opportunity to add more money into that community line item because you're going to reduce that. And so I'd make that community line item what, $700, maybe $9,000. So you have like $700 a month to do an activity, $750.
I'll do that.
All right, so
You
again,
want
we have-
us, Judge Wilson, do you want us to do a motion to say approve the budget as amended, and then they can send you a final copy to review and calculate before you sign off on it? State contract?
yes, but I also want to know, I'm still not sure. It looks like the way we have it set up here on the salaries, it has the fringe and the base salary separated out. So what are the competing bids? Is it, you're proposing 75,000, Judge Martinez is proposing 73,300
And
cents. But for both of them, that's the salary, the same way it's shown on our proposed county and state budget. And then the fringe will be whatever the fringe turns out to be based on that salary.
yes, and so I think we've kind of all moved into the 73,379 zone.
Okay, so yes, so we have a motion to approve that. I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Okay.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
It's unanimous, okay. So $73,300.79 as the salary, and then whatever the fringe comes out to be. So that will be,
Paying all, paid by the county and not the state, or.
and that'll,
I think Kathy will adjust that and she'll pay as much as she can out of state aid, and then that should leave money in state aid where she can take $10,000, put it into something else.
Right.
that's about 14,000 less than what was on the budget here, plus
Plus the 3,000 was changed in the other, well, but we added 3 to the other salaries, so probably like $11,000 in a variance.
but you
Yeah.
added, it's more like 16,000.
At 30, I'll have $11,000 or $12,000 left.
And then what about the JPL, did they?
Yeah, no, not okay.
And JPL was 43, right?
Is the JPO gonna be, I don't think we voted on that. Do we need to vote JPO 43,567 and data analyst being the 38? What did I say that was?
458,
459.
59.
Yes.
Yes, we need a motion.
So-
That one's there too?
That's what they're asking. If you want to vote on that, or you're gonna bring it down to 35.
You can put whatever they can supplement them.
They'll be okay with it.
Yeah, they'll be okay with it. It's just.
Okay, that's like that's what we had said, we'll do whatever this has to be at the 35 and the 39, and I'll supplement the rest with the states,
County will take care of
the base there.
Okay, the rest can be over there. Mine's never included in here because I'm not part of that.
So,
Yeah.
Right, then, so do we have a motion then to set the data coordinator and JPO slots at those amounts?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Second, Martinez, all in favor, aye, aye. All right, so with those amendments.
With those amendments
Anyway,
and the amendments,
Go ahead.
I think I need to make a motion to amend the reduction in detention costs and residential placement as previously stated.
I'll second that.
And are we gonna take the? Are we asking for the same number from the county? We made some an attempt to get money back from the county because, okay,
The 174,008.
well, it's just that I know that there's going to be a change because there was a pretty substantial reduction in the chief's salary. I know part of that was given over to the other offices, but there's still going to be about $10,000 there. I don't know what after the fringe is calculated. Are we going to put that back into anything? Or are we just going to take that off the county contribution so that we're asking for less money from the
The
county?
174,008, and she can readjust the numbers to end up at that. Are you
End up-
okay with it?
I'm sorry, Judge. The sound is breaking up. You adjust the numbers to end up at what?
So 174,008.
Okay. All right, is there discussion about that? And I'll second that motion then. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay. Anything else we need to do on the budget?
I think we just need to authorize you to sign the,
The grant,
Okay.
the state grant, the grant aid. Or the state aid grant.
All right, so.
move to authorize you to sign.
Okay,
Second that.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, any other business or business for the next agenda?
Having,
Top of my head, sir. I'm good.
Okay,
I think just next time, once you're underway a little bit, we'd love to hear just an update of how things are going. So maybe just that we do one again in a month or two, just to make sure you're doing.
yeah, well, I can give you a just update of what's going on. I just didn't know if I could do that. So yeah, so as of right now, we're just on a pending to submit this state aid contract. And then once I get that submitted, I'm able to go into Flux, put all the numbers in to get dispersed our $117,000. And then we can move forward from there. And then I'm getting, we have a conference in October. I'll be going to the chief conference or to juvenile conference. I'll be going to in October. And then I'm just really excited about the different programs that we're able to actually execute. I spoke to the chief in Webb County and they've been super helpful on the programs, that they're using and sharing their information. And I just want you guys to know I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm going to go based on everything that our previous chief had and build on what she had. They had really good ideas. It was just trying to build up on, the programs and stuff that are available that we weren't executing. But I'll give you guys an update on what we've used. I think we have 12 kids on our caseload right now. Fixing to move forward with one of them to transfer out for disposition. But I think everything's going really, really well as far as getting them to sign up for counseling and substance abuse, mental abuse counseling. Schools are accepting to those counselors and schools are working really good with us. The community is working really good with us. And thanks to Judge, she's open to making sure that these kids are getting the assistance that they need. My county attorney, I can't thank her anymore. She stands behind me on making sure that everything's done legally as well. So I thank you guys very, very much for giving me the opportunity.
The other one that I did want to discuss is our policy manual handbook.
Yeah.
So I guess that's for next meeting. If we can, I can go ahead and get with Judge on the adjustments. Making sure that we're in compliance with everything we need to be in compliance with as far as getting those policy. I know we adopted the Frio County one. I know there's some Frio County verbiage in there that we need to change to LaSalle County verbiage. I don't have a digital copy of one, so we'll have to rewrite it unless I can get a digital copy from Frio County. Or retype it. And I know Judge had some concerns on clocking in and clocking out. We're not subject to a time clock, but he can state his concerns with you guys like that. You guys are aware
Yeah,
of the changes.
I was thinking keep them clock in and clock out, just because I don't want no issues. When I came into office, one of my first things, I made everybody clock in and clock out. And I want to readjust our handbook to ours, to the county handbook, just on that, because I don't want no issues coming back from any salary employees that why I'm not having the juvenile department clock in and clock out. So I told them that I'm gonna implement that, and hopefully with y'all's permission, put that in place in the policy handbook. I don't think it's a big deal. It's just, being transparent, and anybody can question us. We can pop out our time clocks where they're clocking in and clocking out. Are y'all okay with that?
Well, I mean, I think we can't take an action item on that today. so-
Yeah. On the next one, yeah, I'll be submitting that.
If you could scan me when y'all do get a chance, the one that we have, I don't know that I have a copy of the one we're using right now. I've seen the one in Frio, but I think I had a paper copy of it and I might have left it in Frio. So do you mind doing that? Have a chance?
I'll get that to you.
Because you do document your hours.
We document things documented in a personnel file. I did get that transferred in from Victor. He did keep our personnel file on time cards. And so we did submit that on a bi-weekly status, and everything's documented, and it is in our personnel file here in the office. So we did carry that over, and he did submit that. But yes, everything is documented. It was just not clock in, clock out status, because that's what it states in the policy handbook.
Anything else to put on the next agenda?
I think we're good, sir.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
You move it. You move it.
I just threw my hand up. Yes, I'll
Yeah,
Okay,
I thought Judge throwing her
I
hand
look
up.
down. All right. All in favor? Aye.
Bye.
All right. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you all for your hard
Thank you.
work, and I appreciate the time. I know it's hard to do it on Zoom, but good to see you all.
Good to see you.